In this video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and also just basically updating our charts. So 4 hour on Bitcoin, we still haven't had our pullback that we're looking for. This really concerns me because once we get our pullback, then I do believe that our coins are also going to pull back. So we're going to be looking at that as well. If we just kind of look at this, the very first level that I'm looking at is right here. And this is our first little pivot area right at this number over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and clone this one and move this up here, take off my magnet tool, move it just a little bit lower, just so it notifies me that potentially pullback. And let's go ahead and go to here and label this as pullback. And then I always like to do a question mark afterwards. That way it's more of a question and for me to check on it. So if we do get this is what I'm expecting. And of course, let's go and start looking at our coins. So our coins, it's not looking good. I was looking for a pullback here to the 382, which we did get, broke a little bit below the 382 level, came up, but on this next run up, I'm looking for the break of this level. But as we can see, if we do make sure we have the magnet tool on, as you can see, we came up to the bottom of this little zone and we got rejected off of this. Candle body closes on the 15-minute time frame, came back down, bounced on the 382, came back once again, candle closes underneath here. So this is not looking good. Currently, right now, we're trying to close underneath the 382, which is at this level on Fartcoin. Let's go ahead and readjust this, make sure our magnet tool is off. And by doing so, I'm going to set it just underneath the wick again, so that we're alerted to sell half of our position. The 15-minute candle must close underneath this level in order for us to close half of our position, and then potentially finding a bounce here. But this is really, if Bitcoin starts pulling back, there's a strong chance we'll get stopped out. So this will at least save us some money. For WIF, we did come back here to the golden pocket. We found this bounce, which was really nice. This is what we were really hoping for. And we do not want it breaking this level. If we break this level, there's a really strong chance that we're going to start doing lower highs and lower lows. So let's go ahead and change this color over here. So we're looking for a bounce. If we pull back, a bounce now on the 618, then potentially coming up and then trying to trigger or trying to target this level for us to have the continuation of the thought process of it going up. But if we do break below this level, the candle has to close underneath this for us to close half of our position. Next, let's go to our hype trade. For this one's really surprised me. I thought we were definitely going to start, rolling over here. Here was our decision point. Are we going to attack this level to come up or attack this level, come down? We get stopped out. Price currently is doing higher highs and higher lows. If we do pull back, I'm looking for a bounce right in this area. We really don't want to break below this. So maybe around 34,465 before potentially going up. If we do break this level, this is pretty much our danger. So let's go ahead and label this one as well. Now, I do want to point out, if we do come down and break this level, let's say we go from here to here, now we're potentially going to start doing lower highs and lower lows, and then more than likely attacking this as well. And hopefully we can bounce here at this level to start coming up. But if we do this, this is let us know to, close out half of our trade. And we do have we have this area potential bounce, this area potential bounce, and of course our last area. We may be moving this maybe the next few hours, just depending on what we see. Hopefully it goes up, but we'll see. For Doge, I really do like how Doge is looking, came up, came down, bounced off at this level, coming up. It will be fine if the price comes back down just a little bit lower, doing about 50% of this move to here. Now, decision point to attack this level, to attack this level. This is what we would like to see. However, if we break this level down here, this would not be good, because then more than likely, let's say we do break this level, come down to about here. So let's go here. And then let's just say we come into this little zone. So we'll come to here. And then now there's a Hopefully we get a bounce here, if not here. But now we're looking at potentially coming down and hitting our stop loss. But if we do, more than likely we'll move up our stop loss on this one, maybe to about here. And then if anything else, you know, if it does start coming back up, we can re-enter this trade. One thing that we don't want to do is we don't want to hold on to trades, you know, longer than we have to. If we use the magnet tool, this is pretty much our little range that we're looking at for a potential bounce. So we're looking at something like this, where we do this. And then now we're trying to break the highs again. But all this is dependent on Bitcoin. And this is why I'm staring at Bitcoin and just looking at it to see what happens. So for our AVE, it's looking pretty good on the 15-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and click on this, hold down shift, bring this all the way over so we can kind of just see what we're looking at. We're going to use the magnet tool once again, and also this time the ray tool, so that we can have it snap in place, go to the next low spot, which would be right here. We don't want it crossing this level. If we do cross the level, here is one area that I'm really looking at is this. I want it to stay above this. If it breaks below this, there's a really strong chance that we might, let's see if we come down here. I'm looking for a bounce here for us to continue up. However, if we break this level, there's a really strong chance we'll get stopped out. We're going to leave this one right here for the time being until we start breaking these highs. Once we break these highs, then we can move up our stop loss. And this is just giving us some breathing room so that if it does come down, hopefully when it does come up, we break this level. Now we can get this and move it to where we potentially can see a bounce possibly happening. But right here's another great zone for a potential bounce if we break below this. For grass is looking really great. We did move our stop loss just a little bit lower than we originally had it, about 1%. And I'm liking this. We needed to break this blue line, which is this right here. And this will give us more confidence in the trade. Of course, we do have our circle here. The white circles represent areas of entry or adding to our entry. If they're yellow, that just means it's higher risk. It's more an aggressive type of trade. But here I am liking how it's looking. If we break above this zone, there's a strong chance we're going to get stopped out. The likelihood of it going up isn't as high as potentially these coins coming down, especially if Bitcoin comes down. As a special bonus, I am watching Turbo. We were looking for a short here if it crossed this level. This is why it's very important to have these alerts. And we never did break this level, and our alert never went off. So again, no reason to check it for a short. However, it did come up really nice, pulled back into the golden pocket, and now currently trying to fight above the 382 level. And right now I am looking at this. I'm actually going to put this right over here. I had it for a long up here. But again, since it made this really nice move, it's extremely, in my opinion, irresponsible to enter the trade here, knowing that it made this really great move. You know, we're looking for a pullback to the 382 at the minimum, which is good. 0.5, which is better. Golden pocket is okay as well. You know, there are some coins where I prefer the golden pocket retrace as opposed to just the 0.5, and it all depends on the coin. But if it breaks below the 618, that's when I get a little nervous because it could easily take back all of the gains and then some. I do thank you very much. Again, this is a VIP update on the active coins that we're in, plus a little bonus. We do see Bitcoin trying to come down, which again, this would be very valid if you wanted to attempt a short, which is pretty high risk because, well, price can continue going up. I would do my stop loss fairly tight. And then in addition to this, we can see that let's go ahead and just double click on this. We can see that the volume is kind of coming down, up, and then kind of coming down. We have the market makers pushing it down at the moment of this recording. We double click once again. We can see that the price is kind of going sideways right now, which I do think that we may have a high potential of a rollover. But if I was going to do a short, which I might do just to poke Bitcoin with a stick, this would be my stop loss right here. Go ahead and label this as a stop loss. And then let's go ahead and put our targets. So these would be my targets and my stop loss. Really nice risk reward ratio. Again, we have a high probability of it rolling over. However, anything can happen. We can have more buyers come in and just bring the price up. This would have been a really nice opportunity for a rollover. However, the price continued to go up. So again, whenever you're doing this, it's very high risk, just for the simple fact that people can just start buying. Institutions start, or rather the market makers, just start pumping the coin to get all the shorts liquidated. I do thank you very much. Once again, this is a VIP exclusive update on Bitcoin and also the active trades with the bonus. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.